Which one of Walt Disney's 7 dwarfs wears glasses? You'll find out when one of these 3 contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac 6000 STE in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you, and welcome to the great car giveaway. Well, we've given out 4 cars in the last week or so, and I mean, this show is giving away more automobiles and, of course, helping the economy, I suppose, all through the world. But that's the way it happens on Split Second, because people are going for cars and cash, and it's that old guessing game at the end, and they've been outguessing us. Incidentally, did you guess the answer to the question that came up at the beginning of the show? Well, the answer is the only one of Disney's 7 dwarfs who wears glasses is Duck. Except when he gives you his bill. That's big enough to read without glasses. I'll hear from my doctor on that one. So welcome to our show, and we have, because we had a champion who won a car last time out, 3 brand new contestants to be introduced right now by Sandy.
Thank you, Monty. First, a lady whose artwork is encouraging the world to consume as many chicken wieners as possible, Gail Harrington. And next, a man who received a citation for helping capture a set of bank robbers, Harvey Barron. And on your right, a lady who just taught a class of adults not to be afraid. And she's sitting there half scared to death herself. Meet Wendy Koretsky.
Well, it's sure nice to meet the 3 new players here on the show. And Gail, I take it you're in advertising.
No.
Oh, no, because didn't he say that you're helping people eat chicken weenies all across the country?
I'm an amateur artist, and I was asked to do a poster.
And that poster was selected?
It was, yeah, and it went on supermarket shelves across the country.
And did it sell a lot of chicken weenies?
Oh, yes. It's one of the biggest selling chicken weenies in the area.
Well, you can't call yourself an amateur artist anymore. Now you're a professional,
not.
right? They did pay you for it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, you're no longer an amateur, dear. You're a professional now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. You'll tell me more about chicken weenies as the show goes on, will you?
I hope so.
I'm sure that chicken weenies are wieners, but the filling is not meat or beef. It's chicken.
It's chicken.
Right. Probably healthy for you, right?
Oh, very.
Good. Harvey,
Hello.
You captured some bank robbers?
Oh, just help. The search for clients never ends.
That's kind of cute. The only way to get a client is to go and find them running away from a scene and catch them, and then say, hey, have you got a lawyer?
Something like that.
Some people chase fire engines, but other guys to chase crooks, that's great. Harvey, were these bank robbers, did I hear?
Yes, they were.
And were you somewhere in the vicinity when it happened?
Yes, I was walking outside, and they came out, and I followed them and pointed them out to the police at the right time.
You didn't dare tackle them or anything like that?
No, I'm not that stupid.
But how... When you had them in your sights...
Yes.
You
that's a bad word. I was feeling fairly nervous about being in anybody's sights.
Right. But, I mean, you did tail them, though.
Oh, yes.
And where were the police at the time that you could notify them?
One person went to get the police, and eventually they found me, and I pointed out
Terrific.
to
Terrific. That's a good public civil servant. I like that. I like somebody who helps out in these things. Wendy, I'm going to find out about you, and don't be nervous. Everything's going to be all right, right?
You can promise me that?
Yes, I can promise you that. Just think of how you teach those other people that you look after. Now we're going to play our game Split Second, in which somebody automatically wins a car, it seems, at the end of the show. That's the way it's been happening. But let's see if it does happen today. We play our game very simply this, that each one of our questions has 3 answers. You're required to come up with 1 answer each. When you do, in the first round, you get $10 apiece. If 2 of you answer a question, it's $25 apiece. If only 1 of you answers the question, it's $50 all to that person in the first round. You buzz in fast to go first, but if you buzz in before you see the whole question, you'll be locked out. Here we go. We'll start off with something very close to your heart, Gail. The category is poultry. About half of the farmers in the United States raise poultry, and according to the World Book Encyclopedia, there are 3, these here that we're going to show you, are 3 of the most common breeds of fowl raised for food. Pick one and tell me the kind of bird it is. Look at the screen. The Plymouth Rock, the White Pekin, and the Narragansett. And Harvey, you're in first.
Plymouth Rock is a chicken.
That's right, soon to become a chicken weenie. And Wendy?
White Pekin is a duck.
Correct. And Gail? Narragansetts are?
A turkey?
Good. All 3 correct. All 3 score. The family that works together and plays together stays together, so they say. I'm going to give you the names of some proud papas and their offspring who shared in the making of a film. Pick a set, give me the name of the movie. Look at the screen. Which one did the Fondas make, the O'Neills and the Eastwoods? Gail.
Ryan and Tatum O'Neill, Paper Moon.
Correct. Harvey.
Henry and Jane Fonda on Golden Pond.
That is correct. Wendy. Clint and Kyle Eastwood made the Honky Tonk Man. The Honky Tonk Man. So Gail and Harvey score $25 each and take a lead. Here's a list of competitors in international sports or games. You pick a pair of competitors and tell me their sport or game. Look at the screen. The competitors are Karpov versus Kasparov, Australia versus Liberty, Le Mans versus Hinault. Harvey.
Australia 2 versus Liberty is the America's Cup Yachting Championship.
Right. Wendy.
The first one is chess.
That's right. They were the people who twice have played for the World Championship in chess, and Kasparov is the champion. Gail.
I'm lost.
Le Mans and Hinault, that's the Tour de France, that was the bicycle race, and Le Mans was the first American to win, beating the last year's champion, Hinault. So Harvey and Wendy are going to take the money, $25 apiece. To this day, many historical regions of the past maintain their old names even though they're part of a European country. So tell me in what countries you'll find these famous regions. Look at the screen. Saxony, Gascony, and Tuscany. Wendy.
Saxony is England.
No, that's not right. I'm sorry. Harvey?
Gascony is France.
Correct. Gail?
Tuscany is Italy.
That's right. And Saxony, East Germany. Let me see. Harvey and Gail this time are splitting the money over here. $25 apiece. Harvey's in first, Gail the second, Wendy's third. When I went to school, they made me learn how to recite poetry. Here are 3 of the poems I had to learn by heart, as they said in those days. Pick one and name the famous author. Look at the screen. The Raven, Boots, and Oh Captain, My Captain. Harvey.
The Raven is by Poe.
Correct. Wendy.
Puss in Boots. No.
Gail? Boots, 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 marching up and down again. That was Rudyard Kipling. And Oh Captain, Walt Whitman. Harvey, this time you get it all by yourself, and you pick up $50. The heads of various religions bear special titles. At one time, the Caliph of Islam was known as the Commander of the Faithful. Now tell me what title these religious figures bear. Look at the screen. The Tibetan God King, the Vicar of Christ, the head of the Church of England. Wendy. You know, Wendy, I think we got a little bit of nerves there working on you. Just take a deep breath and then shout out the answer as quickly as you can. Harvey?
Vicar of Christ is the Pope.
Right. Gail?
Head of the Church of England is the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Right. And the Tibetan God King is the Dalai Lama, Wendy, and I'm sure you knew it. So Gail and Harvey get $25 apiece. Although the Beatles and other groups have re-recorded his hits, Chuck Berry is still a rock and roll living legend with his versions. I'll give you part of the titles of 3 of his biggest hits. Pick one completed. Look at the screen. Sweet Little Johnny B. Roll Over Wendy.
Roll Over Beethoven.
Roll Over Beethoven, and you're back in business again. Right. Harvey.
Johnny Be Good.
Yes, and Gail. Sweet Little 16, Harvey and Wendy. $25 each at the end of the first round. We have Harvey in the lead with 185. The girls are far behind. Gail has 85, Wendy 60. But remember, in the second round, we double the stakes, and you can make a lot of money and come back.
It's a new day.
Are you ready?
Good to have you here.
With a new lineup and a new show.
I'll let you know in a split second.
It's Buzzer's Morning Eye Opener, featuring some of your favorite shows.
Would you be considered a comic?
Yes! Plus the new game, Split Second with Monty Hall.
Pick one and tell me yes or no if it's something people wear. The tutu, a lava lava, and a moo. Give me a few moments to think about that.
Set your alarm.
You bet your bippy.
For Buzzer's weekday mornings, today starting at 8:30 on Buzzer.
Gail and Harvey, we have already talked to. Now Wendy, who is nervous here today, but yet her profession is making older people relaxed.
Yes.
Well, what kind of work do you do?
I write seminars and programs for the Board of Education. One of them just recently was on public speaking, how to speak up confidently. And I told them that fear helps you through, and that preparation overcomes fear. I'm not prepared, and I'm scared.
You know, at one point in my early career, I taught public speaking too, and I remember the 3 rules were stand up, speak up, shut up. Those are the 3 rules. So I'm going to shut up now and get back into the game with Wendy, Harvey, and Gail playing the second round. And of course, this time we double the stakes, so that when 3 of you are right, you get $20. If 2 of you are right, you get $50. And if 1 of you is right, they get $100 all to yourself. And you're not only playing for money, but a chance to have the advantage in the countdown round that determines who goes for the car. Or as we say lately, the person who wins the car, because they're just winning the car on every show. Probably giving away more cars than any of these shows in history lately. But that's kind of exciting for the winners. Not exciting for me. They take it out of my salary, but it's exciting nevertheless. Are you ready to go in the second round? Wendy, feel better now? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Jesse James was a real person who became a legendary bandit in the United States. Here are 3 other real people who became legendary bandits in their own countries. Where were they from? Look at the screen. Pancho Villa, Ned Kelly, Dick Turpin. Harvey?
Pancho Villa is Mexico.
Correct. Wendy?
Dick Turpin, England.
Correct. Gail? Ned Kelly was a bandit in Australia. So Harvey and Wendy get $50 apiece. And now Wendy has passed you, Gail, and you're in third place. Gee, I hope you watch soap operas, Lawyer Harvey, because this one's about soap operas that take place in small towns. I'm going to give you the names of 3 small towns where popular daytime soaps take place. Pick a town, name the TV soap. And here they are. Port Charles, Pine Valley, and Oakdale. Let's see what they know about soaps. Wendy?
All I watch is an English one. Oakdale, California. Don't know it.
Don't know it. Gail?
Port Charles General Hospital.
You got one. Harvey?
Pine Valley, As the World Turns.
Well, it was a pretty good guess because Oakdale was As the World Turns and Pine Valley was All My Children. Gail is the only one who scores. Gets $100. She moves back into second place now. Specific kinds of automobiles are used for certain kinds of sporting events. You give me the name of the event that they're used for. Look at the screen. Cars that run to each other on purpose, a race for cars that look like regular cars, and a race for funny cars. Wendy?
Cars that run into each other on purpose are crash 'em, bang 'em.
Yeah, but what's
wrecks.
but what's the name? Harvey?
Race for cars that look like regular cars, stock cars.
That's right, Gail?
Cars that run into each other on purpose. Demolition Derby.
Demolition Derby. That's right. That's what Wendy wanted to say. Knock 'em, sock 'em, bang 'em. It was the Demolition Derby. And the funny cars are drag racing. So Gail and Harvey, $50 each. Directors of movies don't usually get a lot of publicity unless they also happen to be the star of the movie. That's the case with these 3 movies. Pick one, name the director who was also the star. Look at the screen. The Gold Rush, The General, and First Blood. Wendy?
First Blood, Rambo, Sylvester Stallone.
Good. In the Nick of Time. Harvey?
The Gold Rush, Charlie Chaplin.
Good. Gail?
Nope.
Who did The General? Buster Keaton did The General. Harvey and Wendy, $50 each. Harvey has a big lead. And Gail is second, Wendy is third. Some of the characters in world-famous books were so vividly drawn that their names have become part of our language. I'll describe 3 of these characters. You name them. There was Charles Dickens' Miser, there was Harry Beecher Stowe, Overseer, and Sinclair Lewis's Booster. Wendy?
Charles Dickens' miser who sees ghosts is Scrooge.
Correct. And Gail?
Harriet Beecher Stowe's was Legree.
Simon Legree is right, and Sinclair Lewis's Booster of Zenith. Harvey?
That would be Babbitt.
That's right, George Babbitt. All 3 of you are right. All of you get $20. By George. Publishing is big business, and the names of leading book publishers are names we see all the time. I'll give you part of the names of 3 big book publishing companies. Pick one and complete it. Take a look. Simon, Funk, Harper. Wendy is first.
Funk and Wagnall.
Funk and Wagnall is correct. Harvey?
Simon and Schuster.
That's correct. Gail?
Harper and Row.
You're all right. I thought you were going to say Simon and Garfunkel.
I almost was.
But you didn't. And all 3 are right, and all 3 pick up $20. War movies have been big money makers for Hollywood. Here are 3 of those hit movies. Pick one. Tell me in what war the movie takes place. Look. All Quiet on the Western Front, For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Red Badge of Courage. Gail?
For Whom the Bell Tolls, the Second World War.
Sorry, that is not correct. Wendy?
All Quiet on the Western Front, World War I.
That is correct. Harvey?
The Red Badge of Courage, the American Civil War.
That is correct, and the bell tolls with the Spanish Civil War, Gail. So Harvey and Wendy pick up $50 each at this point now. Wendy's only $25 behind Gail for second place. David Bowie, Boy George, and Prince have certainly added flamboyance to the music business. I'll give you the titles of 3 of their top-selling albums. Pick one and tell me if it's a Bowie, a Boy George, or Prince, or all 3, or none. Here we go. Take a look at Purple Rain, Color by Numbers in 1999. Wendy?
Purple Rain, Prince.
Right. Gail?
1999, Bowie.
Wrong. Harvey?
1999.
Sorry, the buzzer has sounded. You took too long, Harvey. It's 1990 is also Prince, and Color by Numbers, Boy George. We have the one right answer. Wendy picks up $100, and she's back in second place. The island republic of the Philippines gained its independence from the United States in 1946, and each of these island countries are now independent too. What European countries owned them before they became independent? Look at the screen. Looking for European countries that owned Iceland, Indonesia, Cyprus. Wendy.
Indonesia, Holland.
Correct. Harvey.
Iceland, Denmark.
Correct. Gail.
Cyprus, Greece.
No, Great Britain. Harvey and Wendy, $50 each. The bell sounds to end round 2, and with it, we take a look at the score, and Harvey has 475. He has the lead. Wendy will be in second position, having made a good comeback. Gail is in third place for the countdown round coming right up.
Buzzer honors some of our favorite military contestants with all new episodes. Buzzers, Sunday Salute to Veterans, November 10th on Buzzer.
Well, this is the countdown round that'll determine who goes for the car today, and the questions are just as they were in the first 2 rounds, except this time when you buzz in, you can answer 1, 2, or all 3 parts of the question if you're correct. And every time you do, you count down 1 from the total that you'll have in front of you, and the first one down to 0, of course, will be the winner. How many questions you have to answer is determined by how much money you've made so far. Harvey, you had the most. You only have to answer 4 questions. Wendy, you ended up second. You have 5 questions to answer. Gail, you'll have to answer 6. Are you ready to go? Then here we go. I'm going to give you the real name of 3 great writers whose pen names are world famous. You give me their pen names. Here are the famous writers. Take a look at the screen. Charles Dickens, William Porter, Mary Ann Evans. Harvey, you're in first.
The pen name for William S. Porter is O. Henry.
That's right. You may continue.
Mary Ann Evans is George.
I didn't get it in time. Anybody else buzzing in? Gail, go ahead.
Mary Ann Evans, George Eliot.
That's right. You may continue. Charles Dickens.
Pickwick.
No. Wendy, do you know it? The answer is Boz. And so, let me see. Harvey needs 3 and can go out on this question. The girls need 5 apiece. The American press has always liked to describe presidents of the United States with pithy nicknames. So here are 3 of those nicknames. You name the president each one applies to. Look at the screen. Who was Silent Cal, Old Hickory, and Old Rough and Ready? Gail's in first.
Silent Cal, Calvin Coolidge.
You may continue.
Old Rough and Ready, Teddy Roosevelt.
No, I'm sorry, that is not right. Harvey.
Old Hickory was Andrew Jackson.
That's right. Continue.
Old Rough and Ready was Harrison.
No. Wendy, can you tell me?
The other Roosevelt.
No, Zachary Taylor is the other one. Harvey just needs 2 to win the game. Maybe you can do it on this question. Here are 3 great operas you may have seen. Tell me in what country they take place. Look at the screen. Boris Godunov, Der Rosenkavalier, and Tosca. Gail is in first.
Boris Godunov is Russia.
Continue.
Tosca is Spain.
No, that's not right. Harvey, you need 2 and there are 2 left.
Tosca is Italy.
One more.
The Rosenkavalier is Germany.
No, that's not right. Wendy. The Rosenkavalier was in Austria.
Yes, of
and
course.
so Harvey just needs 1 to win, but Gail needs 3 and can also go out on this question. The name Philip Armour is associated with the meatpacking industry. I'll name 3 other well-known business leaders of the past. Name the industry that he's associated with. Look at the screen. Amedeo Giannini, William Durant, and James Duke. Gail, you can go out on this question.
William Durant was in publishing.
No, that's not right. Harvey needs 1.
Amedeo Giannini is in writing.
No, Wendy.
Forgotten the question.
What was their business? Giannini was banking, Durant was automobiles, and James Duke was tobacco. The famous, remember the Dukes and the Doris Duke? Here we go. Now, Harvey, why have you got Harvey down to 0? You should have 1 in front of him, please. Put 1 back up on the board for Harvey. And if you can, he still needs 1 to go, right? Yes. All right. The 560 SEC is the model of a car, and its make is the Mercedes-Benz. Now, I'll name 3 foreign luxury models. You give me their make. Look at the screen. Silver Spur, Carrera, and XJ6. And Harvey, you just need 1 of them.
Silver Spur is a... Oh, no, XJ6, sorry, is a Jag.
That's good enough for me, and you are the champion. Now you can turn it down to 0. And the others, the Carrera was the Porsche, and the Silver Spur was the Rolls Royce. And so Harvey comes through. He won the most money, and he also won the countdown round. Gail ends up with $275. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Sell those weenies,
Oh,
will you?
I will.
Okay, and Wendy, $400 goes to you, and you keep reading those, writing those papers, and we won't be nervous ever again, will we?
Nope.
Harvey, you come with me, because we're going to try and win yet another car on Split Second. And the way it's been going, everybody has been winning a car. right, Harvey, this is the card they're going to try to win for you in the next few seconds. Sandy will describe it.
Monty, that's the elegant Pontiac 6000 STE, featuring a powerful 2.8-liter fuel-injected V6 engine, plus all the other power features that are standard on the Pontiac 6000 STE.
Well, you know how we play our game. We have 5 screens saying split second. Behind one of them, it says car. The other 4 say cash. And lately, everybody's been guessing the right screen. Let's see if you can be just as lucky as the others. Pick one of the 5 and tell me which it is.
Monty, I'll try number 3.
Number 3 is the one that Harvey chooses. Let's turn around and see if it's behind the 3rd screen. The music plays, it turns around, it says $1,000, which we add to your savings now. So, Harvey, you won $475 in the show. We add $1,000. You're now up to $1,475. You come back on our next program to face 2 new challengers. If you win, you become a 2-time champion, and then there'll be 1 less screen for you to choose from. Let's hope it works out that way. In the meantime, here are your competitors, these lovely ladies who played against you today, and wishing you a lot of luck, and we thank them for being with us as well. I hope you enjoyed your stay on Split. Where is my little lady? Come over here, Laurie, and join us. It's our lovely model. Incidentally, before you do it, you wanted to show me it was behind 1. Thank you very much for reminding me. The car was behind 1, and now Laurie can join us, because we all look so wonderful in our different colors here. Isn't that great? The reds and the greens and the browns and the grays and the blacks. And what we're trying to say is, please join us next time when we all come back to play television's most exciting quiz game, Split Second. And we'll be back before you know it.
Split Second is a Stephen Haydas, Monty Hall production.